Hey there, how's it going? So, there's a little bit of an issue. See, I lost a lot of the footage that was going to show you a bunch of awesome things I've done in this playthrough. I've got my coal power plant up and running, I've begun steelworks, although I'm still working on it, and I've done a few other organizational things. I do have some projects in the future that I plan on, but the stuff that I've already done, well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see me do them because the video for it kind of went a little wonky, and yeah, unfortunately it's lost. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a walkthrough just in some of the areas while I talk about it, and then we'll start into the normal projects again. Let's jump into it. So to start off, we've got this that we've already shown in a previous video. We have copperworks on the left, ironworks on the right, we're standing on some more ironworks below us, and there's the storage system below all of this. Thought I'd just cover it again. Let's move on. The outside is relatively the same. I have organized a few things. I've moved the space elevator over because we're moving up this massive ramp of some kind, and it seems to have electrical going to it. What could this ramp be? Well, let's get a little further into it, and I can show you. What this large bridge is basically a giant highway leading southeast that's leading to our coal deposits and our coal power plant that is now powering the rest of the base, as you can see from these power lines. Let's take a look. Once we get down to the bottom, we connect with the main coal miner, which feeds the power plant setup that we have. As we go along the belt here, we can actually see the coal power plant in the distance. Here we are, the power of coal. Now we have 8 coal power plants to 3 water pumps, as that does mathematically seem to work out according to the videos that I've watched and the stuff that I've learned. So this is the setup that we have, and frankly, so far it's been looking pretty good, although we haven't honestly put the system under a great deal of testing as of yet. But everything seems to be going pretty well. I haven't had to use any actual pumps on the lines themselves, just the water things that bring them in, because it's all at the same level. You know, I don't really have to worry about any of the headspace or anything like this. So far, everything seems to be working just fine, at least once I fixed a little mistake I had about forgetting a pump in the beginning. But it is pretty expansive, and because there's another node right beside the pure node that's there, I can easily double this, triple this, and quadruple this once I get the appropriate setup going on. I think this is going to turn out pretty good, and we've already got good power out of it. It ought to go even better from here. And it's over here that we've got our steel smeltery and some steel production. As far as steel beams and I think steel pipes are concerned, we'll be adding more onto this as we need to do more, of course. We've got 3 main smelteries going at the moment, and the nice thing is we've got the foundations that allow the belts to go through them. So all of the belts that route for the smelteries and the production itself all run underneath, making everything nice and tidy, and a nice glass floor you can step on so you can kind of see everything underneath, and making it super slick and super awesome. Leading in this belt over to the base, we've got our storage for everything. You can see below us there's the steel beams and the steel pipes. It goes into the base here, all the way over to our storage depot, and that's pretty much it. So I think that's all for this part. We've caught up on what you've got so far. Now I think we're going to jump into something a little bit newer. Here we go. Here we are back at the coal power plant. Now I've doubled it, so we're going to be getting double the energy output of this. You can see I'm placing the last few of the actual generators themselves, and then after this we're going to work on the coal input itself, and then we'll actually get the pipes in on this. So I think the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to fast forward through the next little part here, just so you don't have to sit and watch the entire thing. Let's get into it. And of course the first thing we have to put together is the coal belts, because we've got to get coal into the coal power plants. So here's where we're putting together. It's the basic miner going on, and I'm trying to sort of plot out where I'm going to have these belts, and I wanted them sort of match up with the pre-existing belts, and you know, make them all nice looking and things like that. And I think it's turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. And we get it right up to the edge. Unfortunately, of course, there is a maximum distance that they can go to. And once we get all that pretty much set up to the cliff, then we got to start getting the belts set up for them actually feeding into the machines proper. So here we are, all the splitters, and then we got to put all the belts between the splitters and everything like that. Making sure, of course, the first half of the splitters are all Mark II to deal with the feed that we need, and then the second half can be all Mark I, and that's perfectly fine. Now here we're finally getting the coal off the cliff, well, down through the cliff rather, and getting a path up so that we can actually get the bloody coal, because once again we have a certain length that we can basically go as far as the thing will connect. Now we finally move on to the water. We've already have the 3 big water mains there, and we just have to actually set up the pumps in order to get the water going on. So here we are, we're finally setting up, this is like sort of the main branch of the pump as far as it goes, finally connecting, of course making it pretty, trying to keep things at nice angles and whatnot, connecting the main pumps and all that good stuff, right? I'm not going to show you every single thing that we did, I'm just showing you little bits and pieces. Like this part is showing the general design of how I have the pumps coming, well, I was going to say out, but more into the actual coal power plants itself. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good and not too shabby if I do say so myself. And then after these, we've of course got junctions where it'll connect to the main feeding pipe and everything will sort of balance itself out. Well, when we finally head over to the fact that the thing's running, you can see all the pipes and everything showing the pressure gauges and whatnot. We checked the power and sure enough, we've got power. And it is doubled in capacity, which is good because I was using quite a lot. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. Behold, the new and improved coal power plant, Mark II in my newbie base. I know. For all of you people that are, more experienced at this game, well, it's not exactly going to be, specialty or really fancy in any way. But to me, well, don't you know, it's pretty good. It's a pretty big deal. This is definitely one of the largest machines I've made in this game so far. I forgot to mention one of the other awesome advancements I've made recently, and one I'm so excited to have. Finally. And that's hypertubes. Hypertubes, finally an easy way to go from one side to the other. And hypertubes allows me to get back and forth from the coal area to this area pretty quickly. Not that I have to do it too often, but it's super useful, and I can't wait to use them more and more. Hypertubes. Oh yeah. It's not practical. Hell, it's barely useful. But damn it, I've got me the factory car, and I've never been happier. Why? Because I've never driven so much in style before. Just look at this thing. Oh, it's so cute. That's about all I have for this. I know it's a short episode, but really it was just an update because a lot of the footage I had was lost. And I just sort of needed to catch you up on what was going on without having too many major build projects where I have to figure a lot of things out. The coal plant was kind of easy because I'd already done half of it. That's about all I have for now. So I really just hope you keep tuning in, and I'm definitely going to have a lot more episodes in the future, as well as a lot of other projects that I have going on. And don't forget to come over and visit us on the live stream sometimes. I live stream every Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, and occasionally even Saturdays. And it's a damn good time. So feel free, come on, join us. All the links for the Discord and the Twitch and my Twitter and all that good stuff is down below. We'd really love to have you there. Anyways, you stay healthy, stay safe, and have a good one, eh?
And cutting me. Oh shit.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Is this how the game ends?